Hi, this is Tuffy here, and we're playing a two-man with the Monoblack Midrange deck. We're going to start ourselves off with a mulligan on the draw. So our 6-card hand is actually really good here. We have no idea what we're playing against yet, so let's find out. Alright, so he starts off with a Blood Crypt. It could be a few different decks, so most likely Jund. And this hand isn't the worst against Jund, so our mulligan is offset by the Sign and Blood in our hand. Okay, well, it looks like it might be red, white, black, which I don't mind playing against at all with this. Alright, so yeah, Demonic Rising, since we're most likely playing against a control deck, Demonic Rising is really good against control decks, so I'm pretty happy about having that card here. Let's, we're not going to play our Nighthawk. Let's play this here, Geralf's Messenger. And it doesn't get countered, which is really, really good for us. Oh, okay, well, yeah, the pillar. Never mind. Alright, let's try to land this here, Liliana. Alright, since we're... Doom Blades and spot removal spells aren't really what we want to be drawing here. We want to be drawing good cards cards that are good against control decks, like Messenger, and our card drawing spells like Underworld Connections, etc. So, well, speak of the Underworld Connections. So let's go ahead and play the connections. And actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and play the connections. Since it didn't have a counter for the Liliana, most likely he doesn't have a counter for the connections. I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then see if we can draw a Mutavault off of it. So I'll hold off on playing a land yet. Hey! Well, that works. The reason why I wanted to draw the Mutavault is just in case he plays like something like a big Jace or something, to where we could just pump Mutavault and kill it with the Liliana. So, but we'll go ahead and search for a swamp. And let's see here. Let's draw a card. See if we can get something. It's pretty good. That was a good draw, except we're not going to play it this turn. Basically, what I want to do, I don't. The reason why I drew a card instead of playing the Demonic Rising and activating the Mutavault to try to get a demon is because most likely he has a bunch of spot removal in his hand. So I don't want to do that yet. So we're just going to go ahead and play a Nighthawk here. And then we'll shift the turn. So. But we're pretty well set up against this guy. It's going to be hard for us to lose. So. Excuse me. This is another good thing about this deck, is because you could just like outdraw the control decks. It's pretty insane. Like Disciple of Bolus is essentially like our Sphinx's Revelation. So we could ultimate Liliana here, which I actually kind of like doing. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Especially since we have, cards like Sign and Blood. We're going to be drawing a bunch of cards and all that kind of stuff. I think what I want to do here is go ahead and draw a card. Like, at this point, I don't see us losing, so now he's going to have a few removal spells to actually not have our Demonic Rising turn on. So the thing that does kind of suck here, though, is that we have drawn a lot of spot removal spells, and, well, control decks really don't play too many creatures that is going to work too well against. Like, I mean, if he plays Aetherling, sure, we can most likely kill it, but, or we could just, you know, target it on our end step, and he would remove it, and then it would come back on his end step. So, yeah, he definitely seen the writing on the wall there. Alright, now for the sideboard. So, what I want to do is take out most of my spot removal spells, and definitely Mutilates. The spot removal spells are actually better than Mutilates here, but we're definitely taking out Doomblades, we're taking out the Tragic Slips, a couple of those. One of the things about this is sometimes you want to take out more cards than what you're putting in. So, I'm also going to put in Lifebane Zombies. They're just a threat, pretty much. So, it's a dude. It's better than anything else we got going on in the sideboard. So, sometimes you want to bring in Curse, but against these, like, it kills Snapcasters as soon as they come in. But really, we haven't seen anything from him, so most likely he probably runs Olivia, which we still have, you know, a couple of answers for that. It's not really something we worry too much about, so yeah, this seems good. Pithing Needles for Planeswalkers and such. Obviously, Appetites and Duress are. Oh yeah, also Lifebane Zombie is really good at just showing us their game plan as well. Being able to see their hand is really a good thing for us because it allows us to map out our plays. So yeah, alright. Also, sometimes when you sideboard with this deck, if you want to leave in more cards, like if you want to, you know, leave in 61 cards, it's totally fine because we have so much card draw that it really doesn't matter too much at all. Okay, so this hand is actually pretty good. I would have liked to have had not a removal spell, a discard spell, but we'll take what we can get. So, Jarl's Messengers are usually just really good against them, so yeah. One thing that I kind of considered possibly doing is playing the Mutavault to be able to attack next turn, but most likely has a removal spell, so I don't really want to let that die too soon. And then we could, you know, turn 3 Lifebane Zombie, see what he has in his hand, and we can kind of get him to play possibly, you know, a Pillar into a Lifebane or something. So that was a really good draw for us, Sun and Blood. Also, having a Murder in her hand isn't bad, you know, just in case Olivia or something like that later on in the game. Yeah, he's going to counter that, which is fine. Lifebane Zombie possibly was the play, but I kind of wanted to get Jarl's Messenger down since he has no red source right now. But I think I am going to go ahead and just play the Mutavault and Lifebane Zombie here. Just to see what's in his hand so that we can kind of start mapping things out. The second Murder is not a good draw for us, but, you know, we're still fine. Okay. Well then, yeah, this is interesting, to say the very least. So, our Lifebane is actually going to do some pretty good work here, it looks like. Next turn, if he plays a demon, we're just going to murder it and attack with Mutavault and Lifebane. And he doesn't have anything, actually. Okay, So I don't want to play Sign and Blood here, especially since he has the negate. I actually want to resolve it. So we're just going to go ahead and play the Dross Messenger. Counterflux. Young Pyromancer. Young Pyromancer is interesting. So, alright, let's get in for 5. I don't see us actually losing now, so... Especially since Messenger is so good against demons. Alright, so there's his red source. He definitely doesn't want to pay 2 life, because he knows what's up. So, he might actually just play the Young Pyromancer here, which is a safer play. Oh wow. Okay, so he goes to 9. He's just dead. I guess he... this is why you should play it main phase 2. Yeah. So, alright, that was a quick win against a blue-black mid-range deck. So, alright, I'll see you guys in the next 2-man that we play.